Welcome back to my channel. It's Properties by Penny, and I'm here with Frank Sena from Gateway Mortgage. He is a fabulous lender. I've worked with him a couple of times, and we're here with him today to learn about mortgages.
Like Penny said, my name is Frank Sena. I work with Gateway Mortgage Group. We are a mortgage bank. We do one thing and one thing only, and that's mortgage financing. So I'm here based in Santa Fe, New Mexico. My team and I, we have a team of about 6 of us that work together. It's called Team Sena, and we service clients all over the state of New Mexico. So anywhere from first-time home buyers to somebody looking to buy $1 million home and looking for a big jumbo loan.
Wonderful.
So we can help all clients.
Anyone and
with
everyone.
financing. Absolutely. Anyone and everyone, come on over. Let's get you pre-qualified. Let's make you a homeowner.
Yeah, so if you don't know, getting a mortgage is typically the first step in having me help you find a home. Without a pre-qualification, pre-approval, we don't know what we're looking at. We could go look at $1 million home or a $40,000 piece of property. We don't know what we're looking at. So with a lender's help, like Frank Sena, we'll know where to look, where we can look, and if we need to make an offer, boom. It's so much stronger if you already know what you're looking for. You already have somebody willing to lend you the money. So,
that's correct.
Frank, for a first-time home buyer, somebody who's never had any mortgages, any kind of loans like that, could you just tell them what a mortgage is, what it consists of? And
absolutely. So the very first step, like Penny said, is to get pre-qualified. Pre-qualification really allows us as a lender to see where you are financially, what you can qualify as far as sales power, how much you can qualify to purchase up to. So the very first step is, of course, Penny could refer a person out to us, a buyer. We'll have a short conversation with them, answering any questions that they have. And then they will complete an online questionnaire for us. It takes about 10 minutes. It gives us some information, some important information. And then once it's completed, that information comes over to me and my team. And then shortly after that, we'll reach out again to the buyer and we'll have a conversation as far as, where they sit financially, what their goals are, what maybe their comfort zone is on a monthly payment, how much money they have to put as a down payment. A lot of questions that we have to get answered up front to know exactly where the buyer wants to be and where their comfort zone is. And of course, they're first-time home buyers, so we definitely want to be holding their hand through the process. And usually up front, there's a lot of questions that these buyers have. And that's what we're here for. Answer the questions and then get them moving through the steps of becoming a homeowner.
And that's actually something that I've been through myself. So I don't own my own home yet, but I will. And I came to Frank Sena. He sent me the application, explained everything I needed to know, answered every single question with no judgment, no hesitation. He knew it on the spot. And he's got a great team behind him as well. So if, something happens and you need a question answered at midnight, you're probably going to get it from him.
I don't know about midnight, but
well, him or his team.
But I mean, our goal is as a team to help as many families. Our passion really is to help as many families become homeowners. And especially in the environment we are right now, it's a perfect opportunity to become a homeowner. Interest rates are really at historical lows. So the cost of buying money is lower than it's ever been. So, now is the time to stop throwing your money away in rent and start putting that money into an investment, which is home ownership, something that's going to build equity and build value over time. And it's also yours. So you can do whatever you want. And you don't have to worry about one of these days a landlord telling you, hey, here's your 30-day notice. By the way, I'm going to sell the house, or by the way, your rent is going to go up, right? That is the reality of renting. So home ownership is the way to go, and it's just a way to, like I said, build wealth and build equity. And so, what can I say? I mean, now's the perfect time to do it. So absolutely. That's the great thing about becoming a homeowner. It's just something for you. Yeah.
So now I know a lot of my viewers are also wondering like differences in loans.
Yeah.
So there's like FHA, conventional, VA. There's a whole lot of options. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, there's a wide variety of different mortgage products. I like to say there's something for everybody, really. Yeah. So we have FHA loans. FHA loans usually are typically first-time home buyers use an FHA loan, or somebody that maybe doesn't have perfect credit. The criteria to get an FHA loan is a little more expanded, a little easier, I should say. It's a government guaranteed type loan. To purchase, you can come in with as low as 3.5% down payment on an FHA loan. Okay. We also have conventional loans that have some first-time home buyer programs. The criteria on the conventional is a little bit tighter than FHA. However, the down payment requirements are 3% versus 3.5%. And so there's some benefits to the conventional loan. If you're a veteran, this is probably the best mortgage product that we have. If you're a veteran, you've earned the right to get a VA loan. And what that really means is you can become a homeowner with absolutely no down payment requirements at all. It's just an amazing program. So if you're a veteran out there, or a veteran and they have their eligibility requirements met to get a VA loan, boy, we really need to talk to them, especially if they're not a homeowner right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And then of course we have a wide variety of other types of products. We can do construction loans. We can do a land loan to convert into a construction loan. We also have rehab loans, or rehabilitation loans, is something that maybe somebody's looking to buy a house, needs a little bit of work, it's a little rough, but they're buying it at the right price, and they're willing to do some, like a remodel or a rehab to it. In Santa Fe and other parts of New Mexico, we have those subdivisions that have been around since the 60s, the 50s.
Yeah. Great
homes, great bones to the homes, big lots. However, they're dated homes and they need a little bit of work. Yeah. Well, hey, there's an opportunity there to buy a home at a great price and maybe put a little TLC into it and make it your home, right?
And that's called a rehab
loan, a rehabilitation loan. So
cool. That's something I didn't know about either. So thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. We have we have a wide variety of different products, almost something for everybody. And really, it's just about us having that initial consultation, knowing what the buyer's looking for, as far as their goals, their buying power, their down payment, and really that's how we're going to match up the right mortgage product to that person, to that consumer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So how about time frame? Say I'm a first-time home buyer, and I found I'm ready to jump.
Right.
Boom. I see this house I like. I want it now.
Right.
How is that?
Yeah, great question. Yeah. So once you're pre-qualified, we would present Penny with a pre-qualification letter. This will give her the information that she needs as far as what the person's buying power is, what the buying power is of the buyer, right? So, and once that perfect house is found, then of course this is where you put an expert like Penny to work for you to negotiate between the buyer and the seller and come up with a contract, right? An acceptable contract, a sales price, terms of the contract, things like that. Once that happens and we're officially under contract, then of course that's where I get to put my whole team to work to get you to become officially a home buyer and close on that mortgage. So typically from start to finish, it's about 45 days, okay, from the time we get a contract to the time we close. So it gives the buyers enough time to do what they need to do, pack up their, belongings, and then of course, remember, we have a seller that's also being affected by the contract too. So that gives the seller the time. So 45 days is a safe amount of time to give everything that needs to be done time to process through the different milestones of the mortgage. So the pre-qualification, then we get a contract. From the contract, we start ordering things, like we order title work. Of course, we'll order an appraisal. We do verifications of everything, employment verification, asset verification, things like that. And then from there, it goes into a processing milestone, and then into underwriting. And then from underwriting, it could go into a closing milestone, and then we actually close. So there's a few milestones that we have to meet. And that's why, especially for a first-time home buyer or somebody that hasn't purchased a home in a while or hasn't taken a mortgage out in a while, you know, that's what we're here for. That's what my team is here for. We can walk you through the different milestones, answer your question at each milestone. I always kind of give this analogy. Look, we do this on a daily basis. We go from point A to point B, being the closing, every day. That's what we do as for our livelihood, right?
Yeah.
But the buyers don't do that. So it's our job to really walk them through the process, answer any questions that they may have. And of course, if there's any bumps in the road, because sometimes that happens, that's reality, right? There's some bumps in the road. We have to get over those bumps in the road and walk them through that and how to get through that. So
yeah,
make it official.
And they've done it 100 times. They'll do it 100 times more. They'll help you with that. Of course, if you're a first-time home buyer, there's going to be hurdles, and those hurdles may freak you out. But that's why it's important to have somebody who has experience, who has knowledge, who can answer those questions for you and make it happen.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Great. So what is the difference, another question I've had, the difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval? Is there a difference?
There really is. Yeah, the pre-qualification is really the upfront, based on my experience and based on my team's experience. We'll look over the initial information that comes over, and we can issue a pre-qualification letter. This really kind of tells you, with fair amount of certainty, we feel that this is
estimation.
This, based on that information, we feel confident we can get the financing for the client, right? Now, of course, the pre-approval is a little bit farther down the line, really. That's really when an underwriter who approves the loans has actually looked at everything that we provided and verified, okay, and actually does underwrites the file and gives us an answer. That's the pre-approval part. So pre-qualification's the front end, pre-approval's a little farther in the milestones of the process of getting the financing.
Okay, because I've heard people use it interchangeably, and I knew there was a difference.
Yeah.
There it is for you.
There's a difference. So, we'd like to get the pre-approval as quickly as possible. That's very important. So what our team really does is, once we have that contract in place, we'll get going right away. We'd like to order appraisal right away, especially in the environment that we are right now. Everybody's really, really busy, right? Interest rates at, like I said, historical lows. The market's super hot right now, as you know. Homes are flying off the shelf. People are buying. People are moving to Santa Fe. People are, selling their homes, buying something bigger, selling their homes, buying something smaller. There's all sorts of activity going on in the mortgage industry. And then you add in folks that are refinancing right now, right?
Because the interest rates
are so low. So we have folks out there. If you're, I'll speak to you. If you already are a homeowner and you're sitting with an interest rate of 4% or higher, we need to talk, because there's some money to be saved, right, on a refinance. Yeah. So with all those factors being in our industry right now, just the amount of volume that we're handling, it's very important that we be proactive and we do things right away up front. Yeah. Consumers, especially buyers, especially, when you come to us, we're going to probably put a little pressure on you to get us some documentation quickly. This could be like pay stubs, bank statements, things like that, because Penny knows that if that perfect property comes on the market, you're going to have to be ready to jump. Instantly, put an offer right away, right? And if you have all your paperwork in and we've received everything from you up front, then there's no guessing on my end, right? I can look at a pay stub, I can look at a bank statement. There's no guessing. I have that documentation.
Yeah, it's there. It's in writing. It's in front of you. And let me tell you, the last listing I had, got 8 offers in 24 hours.
Yep.
So if you see this house, you love it, and you're not one of those 8 people, or maybe you want to be the absolute first, we had an offer within an hour.
Sure.
You're not going to be able to compete. It's really important to have that in line.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to sugarcoat it or anything. You need to be ready, and you need to be, it needs to be able to be proven.
Yep.
So that's why they're so important.
So my team will reach out to you right away. Once you complete that online questionnaire, we'll reach out to you probably within, at the most a full business day, but normally it's in hours. We're going to reach out to you, especially if it's during the week, during business hours. We get it. I review it. My team will jump on it. We'll send you a list of everything we need. And we actually get this to us within 24 to 48 hours at the most, because we know that if that perfect property does come up, there's a chance that you're going to be competing with other buyers. And I will tell you this. So if Penny has a buyer and she has an offer out to another agent and they're sitting with other offers in front of them, those agents, they call me. They'll call me and they'll say, Frank, I'm sitting here with a pre-qualification letter from you on a customer that wants to buy a listing that I have. Tell me a little bit about that. I want to be able to say with certainty that I can tell that, yes, this is a solid pre-qualification letter. In fact, the buyer has done everything that we've asked from them. They've given us their pay stubs, their bank statements. They've signed all the forms that we need up front so we can do things proactively. And they really want your house. My goal, like I said, is to help as many folks become homeowners. So we're going to be your advocate, but we do need you to do the work.
Yeah, and getting your dream home will be that much easier if you can back everything up and you've got a strong offer off the bat. So that's why it is so vital.
I mean, one of the main things is really just in this environment right now, just be proactive. If you even feel that you're going to be buying, whether it be immediately now or even, let's say, sometime in 2021, it's never too early to start.
No.
It's never too early to start. In fact, the sooner the better, because if there is something that we need to work with a buyer to maybe help them get more money in the bank, or maybe help them get their credit scores higher, or whatever the situation may be.
Yeah, we've got other resources for that as well.
Absolutely.
Planning is important too. Vital.
Yeah, planning is important. So my goal is, if they're not in a position to buy today and they need a little bit of work, guess what? I'm going to give you the roadmap.
Yeah.
Here's the roadmap. Here's what you need to do. And we'll follow up every 90 days or so and see how they're doing, and then make them a homeowner. Because sometimes folks are ready today, but sometimes there's a little bit of work that needs to be done. That's okay.
Absolutely.
We want to be there to help them get to that position.
So now a pre-qualification letter, I know there is somewhat of an expiration on that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you say it's never too early, and it is never too early to start preparing. But I do know that qualifications do have expirations, because your job may change, your life changes, life happens.
Right.
How long would you say a pre-qualification letter?
Well, in most cases, they're good for about 120 days. Okay.
Perfect.
So, doesn't mean that you have to do it within that 120 days, especially if everything is perfect and dialed in. Usually the advice that I say, okay, well, your pre-qualification looks great. If we go past 120 days, I really won't pull your credit report again until you're really close to making an offer. The goal is, though, don't change your financial status, right? Either keep it as is, right? Keep it as is or better, right? If you lose your job, that's going to be a problem. If you let your credit scores go bad, that's going to be a problem. If you start spending all the money that you have in the bank, that's going to be a problem, right? But the opposite's true also. If you get a job that pays you more, that's great. You're putting more money around in the bank, that's great. Those are all benefits. If you're paying off debt, that's great too.
Yeah.
So, and that's why we want to have those conversations up front, just so we can give you the information and the knowledge so you do the right things. Be in the lending industry, really just look at the 3 things to simplify this for the consumers out there. I call this the 3 C's of lending. We look at your credit. Your credit's important because we need to look at your credit report, and we need to get based on the history, how you pay, right?
Yeah.
That gives us the comfort to know how you pay your bills, right? How you pay your bills. So obviously, if you have higher credit scores, that's a good thing. Lower credit scores, we may need to have a conversation about getting those up and getting you into a better position credit score wise. The second thing that we look at is the capacity to repay back. That's the second C of lending. Capacity. Can you afford it? Can we prove that you can afford it? Yeah, we have to approve it, right? We look at, pay stubs. We look at tax returns, W-2s. If you're self-employed, we look at other things to determine your income. So, and then the last thing that we look at is the collateral, the actual property that we're using as security to lend on. And that really, comes to the type of property, the condition of the property, and even the amount of down payment that you're putting in as into the property.
Collateral.
Yeah. So, we're looking at overall risk, right? How much risk we're willing to take as a lender, and do you qualify? And then based on that, then we can tell you what programs you fit in, interest rates, monthly payments, things like that.
Great. So credit, capacity, and collateral.
The 3 C's of lending.
3 C's of lending.
Yeah.
Okay.
To simplify.
Yeah, to make it simple. That is
Simple.
simple and easy.
It is.
And I know it can seem daunting, absolutely, but that really is how easy it is. Those 3 C's there boils down to that. So again, having a mortgage lender that you can count on, that you can trust, that you can ask questions to, and that you can count on is so important.
Yeah. And you can reach out to me. Again, my name is Frank Sena, Gateway Mortgage. My number is 505-920-4629. You can send me a text, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to home ownership.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Frank.
Sure.
I will be linking all of his information below.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so
Frank
much.
Sena,
Thank
for
you.
being here, or allowing me to be here.
Absolutely.
And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thank you, YouTube. Bye.
Bye.